Welcome back to What's Cooking here on News 12 Connecticut. I'm Heather Kovar. All right, a lot of people are like, how can I eat healthy? How can I incorporate something with a lot of protein into my healthy lifestyle? Well, guess what? Our next guest is really bringing tofu back to the future in a big way. Chef and author Alex Dino has a new book coming out called Modern Tofu, delightfully decadent and healthy. Now, Alex has always devoted himself toward healthy eating and an active lifestyle, so thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure.
He, of course, has already run this morning.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, I said, look, you're going to have to really sell me and maybe a lot of our viewers on tofu, the benefits of it.
Sure. Number one, tofu is the cheapest protein that you could find in the market. Compared to beef, chicken, pork. I mean, it's just a fraction of the price, and it's so easy to prepare. I mean, you don't really need the technical cooking skills to come out with a nice tofu dish.
Now, however, you have all these cooking skills because you've trained with some of the best across New York City.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
And in this book, you have some really nice recipes, but you have some cool ways for us to use tofu in our own homes or with our friends coming over.
Tofu, it's all about, when you're cooking tofu, it's all about your imagination.
Okay.
You can take tofu into the eastern part of the world or western part of the world in terms of your cooking techniques. Just like today, we are going to blend the east and west. In fact, we're doing hors d'oeuvres. It's just a plain, simple, seared tofu, but you will glaze on top of it.
Okay, so we're doing an appetizer first. What is it called?
Balsamic glazed tofu.
Okay, and what's the first thing we want to do to get started?
Well, first of all, when you get a tofu in the market, you're gonna get them really a block, and you have to press them underneath just like a paper towel, and then you have another paper towel on top, just to get rid of all the liquid because there's so much water.
It is. That's kind of what's always seems kind of slimy to me. You're supposed to get rid of it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Get rid of that, and then obviously you're not going to be able to get rid of all the water.
Right.
And then with the hors d'oeuvres, we just cut them in cubes.
Okay.
Simple as that. Later on, we'll sear it, and then mix a glaze separately, and then apply it to that. And then the main course that we're having today, it's going to be a chilled tofu with tomato, cucumber, shallot mignonnette.
That sounds really good.
That comes with a lot of sake and a lot of...
Oh, even better!
So, first thing is you want to cut the tofu for your main course using a regular cookie cutter. Just press it. See? There you go. It's so easy to do.
It is.
And then that's going to be the end result. And then whatever the leftover from this part of the tofu, you could use that as your hors d'oeuvres. Or you could come out with tofu cake.
Okay.
You could use that as well for tofu cake. Cut them in cubes just like the way we did earlier. And that is going to be your hors d'oeuvres. Okay. And then this one, you want to slice this really thin.
So they're kind of like tofu medallions is what we're going to end up with.
Exactly.
Okay. Very nice.
Then with that...
What do you have going over here?
This is a braised celery. We're using the vegetable stock with this. This is celery, bay leaves, carrots, onion, shallots, and peppercorn. Okay. This is going to be your flavor for the tofu. It's like a marinade for that. Wait for the boil, and then we're going to apply some beer, Belgian beer, just to enhance the flavor of the tofu. And of course, put a little bit of salt in there. Could be a lot of salt. Then you just have to place the tofu over the liquid.
Okay. Now, Now, is it important for these not to sink to the bottom, or
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because otherwise you're not gonna find them later on.
Where's my tofu? Someone took my tofu.
They're gonna end up falling apart. I mean, remember the texture of the tofu. It's just so fragile. I mean, you gotta be really, really soft with it.
Okay. Now, Alex, you also run a catering business?
Yes, I do.
What is it called?
Sashady Peas, and we cater from corporate, private party, and any event. And we also offer a occasional personal chef. I mean, if they have some company or visitors, relatives that they're having for a week, and they only want a personal chef for a week to cook for them. When you have visitors, you don't want to deal of
Yeah, exactly.
what am I going to cook for this
And you can really specialize because, I mean, like you're an athlete plus you're a certified trainer as well.
Certified coach,
Okay.
running coach, and I'm also a marathon runner. And sometimes incorporating those things with your lifestyle and eating habits, it's really...
So you would recommend people incorporating, if you're trying to live a healthy lifestyle, to just incorporate using some tofu in different ways.
I always believe in you eat junk, you're going to end up junk. Simple as that.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but it's true.
It is, isn't it? Well, we're trying to make this simple and tasty. So how long do you need to have that in the braising that
This
for?
is about 5 minutes process.
Okay.
Just wait for it for a while and absorb all the flavor, and then we're gonna set aside them, shield them, refrigerate for a while, because you want to serve this. This is a great dish at this time of the year.
Yeah.
Summer, it's so hot, and then you have the salad here and a chilled tofu, and of course with sake.
Yeah, that's going to give it a nice flavor because, like we said before, the tofu is really going to absorb anything that you do. All right. Well, while we're waiting for that, is there anything that we can do? Actually, you know what we're going to do while we're waiting for that? We have to take our quick break, but we're going to be right back with more of Chef Alex Dino's Modern Tofu Cookbook and some help on cooking tofu and eating healthy right here on What's Cooking in just a moment.
Hey neighbors, come on your phone for a conference.